Daily Broadside, day 739. Ladies, y'all can't all be queens, okay? You need to pick some kind of provincial or state or city, something where each of y'all can be queen of an area, because there's too many queens floating around, and some of y'all ain't queens, okay? Now, there's a lot of guys ain't kings, so don't get me wrong, but y'all can't be riding around with, like, butterfly emblems that say queen on the back of your windshield, such that you can't even see the back out of your parking space, or like wrist tattoos that say queen with a little crown. Stop it, okay? It can't be that many queens out here. You need like a queen of a city, queen of a state, unincorporated area, whatever, but some of y'all need to just bow out of the queen race. I was in a toilet the other day. I'm taking a piss, I'm looking at the wall, and there's a sign that says, please flush after using toilet. I'm at a urinal, right? And this is on the wall. And then at the bottom, it's like Granger, right? You know, Granger. They keep the working, what is it? They keep the working man working. They keep the world working or something like that. Get it? Got it? Good, right? So here's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you know, the fact that somebody manufactures that, right? And I looked it up. It's like a $21 to $26 sign. You know, it's just like a little 8.5 by 11 sign that they could have probably just printed up and laminated and stuck it on the wall, but they decided to buy an official one, right? And so somebody sells that. And when I was looking it up, so does everybody else. Like there's one on Amazon. Like everybody's got a don't, you know, please flush after you piss sign, right? And it's like, what kind of a civilization are we trying to live in that they sell signs that y'all are just, you know, not, I mean, is it that hard? Now I flush with my feet, so it's no big deal. I don't really care. And I'm pretty flexible. I can flush a urinal with my foot. Always have. Even the really high ones, like I can get up there, you know. I may look goofy. I try to do it when people aren't in the room, because it does look odd, because people will be like, but I ain't touching that thing, right? Because it's basically like, I mean, you know, you're just touching, I mean, the little flusher on a urinal, ladies, it's just a little thing that you just push down like that. It's basically like a chrome penis, because that's all that's on this is just penis germs all over it. And so my shoe hits it. That's what it does right there. I'm just pointing that out. But I don't ever need a sign for that. But it's just the fact that we have, it's like there's somebody making money off of please flush signs. It's just weird. It's not show and tell, okay? Please flush the toilet. We're trying to, again, run a civilized society. I was looking at some stuff the other day about how things were polling and whatnot, and it occurred to me, like, I've never been polled. Where do you go to get polled? It must be like all major cities, because I've never come out of a store or a library or anywhere. People have been like, can I get your opinion on whatever? I've never had anybody ask me at the polls to, you know, not on the street, not at the polls, no exit polls, no nothing. You know, and while we're talking about that, while we're talking about exit polls, I think we need, my voice went up, it got up there. I think we need to start having like exit interviews for people to unsubscribe. I have no idea how many subscribers I have from day to day, unless it's like an even number. So recently it's been 2,700, just over 2,700. So it's easy for me to keep tabs of it. You know, if it's 2,543, I don't really keep tabs, but 2,700 is an even number. And I noticed it went, you know, you go to bed and it's 2,706, you wake up and it's 2,705, and you're like, what did I say? Did somebody accidentally follow me? And then they realize, like, who's this moron? I didn't mean to do this. Because I do that. I'll be like, why is this guy popping up in my feed all the time? And then I'm following him. I'm like, unfollow. This guy's a loser. Which you may think I'm a loser. I really don't care. My point is, sometimes you accidentally follow people. So that could be it. Okay, that's cool. Maybe I said something that offended you. Okay, that's cool. You know, we're allowed to be offended. It's all good. Maybe I said something where you're like, oh, I don't really agree with, you know, his stance on X, Y, or Z. And that's cool, too. You don't want to support somebody that doesn't, you know, follow your meritocracy, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just think that before you unsubscribe to somebody, you should just have to fill out a quick little blurb that says, you know, why you did it. Just so that I can wake up the next morning and be like, huh, okay. All right, well, I feel bad about that. And I do. I mean, I don't want to lose followers because I said something. Because, I mean, I'm sure You know, if I sat down with you and talked to you for 3 hours, you know, you'd find something to not like about me, and that's fine. But that's true with all humans. You know, it's very rare where you find somebody that just agree with everything, and you're like, I like the cut of this person's jib, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, I say that also because I just went by the polls. I was going to stop by the old library. That's the library. I was going to stop by the library and vote real quick. It was 4:20. And normally, I've lived in this current county for the better part of 20 years. And I've never taken more than like 10 minutes to vote. And I don't always even early vote. You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But that wasn't happening today. I rode by and good Lord, it looked like a Trump rally was in town. Like, as far as lines and stuff, I was like, is you know, Kiss playing the Coliseum tonight? I mean, it's just people camped out for, like, the new Nikes. Like, is there a new Nintendo Entertainment System dropping? Is there a Sony PlayStation 8 coming out tonight? Everybody's camping out at Target. I think you get what I'm saying. So, anyway, that'll happen another day. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to shoot for, like, 9:15 in the morning. I'll just sleep in and just go vote then. I mean, how many people could be there then, right? We'll see. Tuesday morning. Giddy.